When love is assumed instead of expressed, the modern marriage that didn't break, it slowly went quiet. There is a kind of pain that doesn't come from cruelty. It comes from absence. Not shouting, not betrayal, not abandonment. Just the slow realization that the person closest to you no longer makes you feel seen. You still live together, still function as a family, still survive the days. But emotionally, something vital has gone silent. And what makes this pain so confusing is that love was never withdrawn. It was simply assumed. Here is the truth we need to face early, not later. Love that is not expressed eventually feels like love that is gone. Not because it disappeared, but because the human heart cannot live on assumptions. The most dangerous sentence in modern relationships is never spoken out loud. They should already know how I feel. Because knowing is not the same as feeling. And feeling loved is not optional. It is a psychological need. Today's families are under pressure like never before. Financial stress, emotional exhaustion, unresolved childhood wounds, digital distraction, silent expectations. Many couples are not unloving. They are overwhelmed. So love becomes practical instead of emotional, functional instead of reassuring. Bills are paid, responsibilities are met, commitments are honored, but affection fades into routine, and reassurance becomes rare. What was once spoken freely is now assumed quietly. Psychologically, humans are wired to seek reassurance. When affection disappears, the mind doesn't think, they still care. It thinks, I must not matter. I'm no longer chosen. Something about me changed. Silence creates stories, and the stories are rarely kind. This is how emotional distance forms, not through hatred, but through unanswered emotional signals. Many people struggle to explain this pain and say, nothing is technically wrong. But emotional neglect rarely announces itself. It simply drains warmth until love feels historical, something remembered rather than experienced. For those carrying emotional wounds from childhood, assumed love cuts deeper. If someone grew up unheard, unseen, or emotionally unsafe, silence doesn't feel neutral, it feels familiar. And familiarity can quietly reactivate pain. Without realizing it, a partner may be reopening old wounds, not through harm, but through absence of reassurance. Unexpressed love doesn't just hurt the present, it echoes the past. Many people believe loyalty, commitment, and presence should be enough. But commitment protects the structure. Expression protects the heart. Love was never meant to survive on duty alone. It needs warmth. It needs affirmation. It needs to be felt, not just proven. Wisdom passed down across generations has always pointed to this truth. Love must be shown, not stored. Care must be given, not assumed. When affection fades at home, the heart doesn't stop needing it. It simply becomes exposed. A kind word elsewhere feels heavier. Attention elsewhere feels intoxicating. Validation elsewhere feels dangerous. This does not begin as betrayal, it begins as emotional starvation. Protecting a relationship is not only about boundaries, it is about nourishment. Expressed love is not grand gestures. It is verbal appreciation, gentle reassurance, intentional presence, emotional availability. It is saying, I still choose you. You still matter. I still see you. Timeless principles have always emphasized this. Love must be spoken, repeated, and demonstrated, especially when life grows heavy. This is not about guilt. It is about awareness. If love was assumed, it can be expressed again. If affection went silent, it can be reintroduced. If reassurance disappeared, it can return, not all at once, not perfectly, but intentionally. One word, one action, one moment of presence. Relationships do not usually collapse from hatred. They fade from neglect. But neglect is reversible. Silence can be replaced. Distance can be softened. Love can be felt again. Because love that is expressed does more than survive pressure. It heals wounds. It calms old pain. It rebuilds safety. And in a world already heavy with strain, expressed love becomes protection.